I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, you just have no idea how upsetting this is. It's just one stupid thing after another, and I had to. Oh, shit, I've got to take this thing off. I just had to vent and get it out. I forgot to take that off. I hope it was clear on my last video. I'm gonna have to check and make sure I got sound quality and everything. Okay. But like I said the day before, my intention was to start telling some AA stuff that I know, like my little background history on it and stuff and everything. Okay. Yeah, that one's alright. Let me check this one. Yeah. With so much shit all the time, and we just roll with it, and it's not a big deal. But you're constantly creating issues by not resolving anything. It's pathetic. Yeah. I hope somebody fucking starts to listen to me and takes me seriously, like loud and fucking clear, fucking seriously, because this is fucking stupid, fucking ridiculous. People think they can just do whatever they want, treat people however they want. No, it's not going to happen anymore. People are going to be held accountable. Like I said in that other video, this is a time of accountability, and people are going to start being held accountable. Let me see that. Jeff Foxworthy and Bert Kreischer. Shut this stupid crap down. Come on. Just skip the stupid video. I just want to save the video so I can watch it later. Okay. Come on, go away. Go to my notes. We're going to notes. Go to notes. Yeah. So the first time I got a DUI, I think I might have mentioned this before. It was a week before I turned 18. I was 17 years old, and I had just dropped my girlfriend back off at the house in Selbyville, and I went back out to Frankfurt to pick up two other friends and give them a ride back home. Because they didn't have a ride and they were way too messed up to do any driving. I had been drinking, but I wasn't hammered. They were drinking and they were on Corset high blood pressure medicine, which if you take a whole bunch of it and you know anything about it, it makes you kind of trip out and think and feel stupid stuff and da-da-da. Well, I'm driving through Selbyville. Sure enough, one of the stupid town cops that I can't stand starts to follow me. And I'm like, dude, chill guys, just stop, just let me fucking get to your house, Gene, you know, we're almost fucking there, please shut the fuck up. And they're talking about thinking they're in the fucking Matrix, they don't know what's real and da-da-da-da, or anyways, the one in the back seat is acting like that anyways, Sam, and then Gene thinks it's okay to start fucking with my radio and stuff and touching buttons and fucking shit while I have a cop following me in town, and I'm literally like 100, 200 yards away from this motherfucker's driveway, and when I smack his stupid fucking hand to get him to fuck off the radio to stop fucking with shit so I can concentrate, I slightly went over the white line and I brought myself back over. And this motherfucker wanted to say I was swerving on the road and blah, blah, blah. And I pull into my friend's driveway and we're here, we're at his house, we're just going to go into the, no, blah, blah, you've been drinking, blah, blah, no. Stupid. Cops take me, they let them go in the house and I have to drive fucking Troop 4 and mom has to drive all the way out Troop 4. It's so fucking stupid. All I could think of was like back in my uncle's days, not even that fucking long before. Situation like that occurred, they would just be like, all right, well, you boys stay here and we'll just follow Matthew back to his house. Like that's how simple it would have been, but no, but they're going to change the laws, of course. I'm always the one they got to change everything for at just that fucking time, so I'm the one they have to make the fucking example out of it. It's all my life, all through school, all through every fucking asshole fucking job I've had, and every derelict motherfucking asshole who thought it was okay to belittle me and fucking treat me like shit. So disgusted and tired of these fucking assholes. And it's like, no wonder like he's a comedian now. It's like he kind of fucking has to be. He doesn't have a fucking choice. What the fuck else is he gonna do? It's like I know I'm not gonna have a crowd where everybody's gonna like me, and I'm not thinking of laughs per minute and stuff like that right now and stuff. I'm trying to get me and myself together and figure myself out. And I'm gonna start. I need to really start like putting these notes together and drawing them out and writing them out and stuff. But I just figure I start working, getting ideas, start putting things out there in video, and start talking, communicating, and networking, and building a network of people that want to work and source with me and stuff like that. Then that's all I'm looking for. But anyways, so they took us to the fucking troop four and did all that shit, and then we had to go, and I felt all bad for my girlfriend, blah, 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 and then I had to go start doing these fucking classes, and I had to go to court and all this shit, da da da. And I'm trying to remember, I think it was the second one. I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one. I think it was the second one. It was the first one. I think it was the first one. Yeah. I'm just going about my, I had to go through all the AA stuff and everything, but I remember going about my business and all of a sudden getting a letter in the mail saying you're being charged with a DUI. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I go to court and I'm like, I don't understand. I haven't had a DUI. I already went through the process and did everything, da da. And she was like, did you go to probation and fill out and da 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 and all that and everything? I'm like, no one told us to go to probation. The lawyer said we could go home and that she would take care of everything else, and we were done. We thought that was it. I did all those classes. I went to AA. I did all that stuff. They wanted to recharge me with a whole fucking other DUI and make me go through the whole motherfucking process again because the derelict fucking public defender was too retarded to fucking tell us that we had to go to fucking probation and set up shit with them. Ridiculous. So I had to get a fucking lawyer and do it. Oh my god. I don't understand why people think this is okay. And then I had another DUI another time. I had to do AA again. And it wasn't even like, you find out you don't really have to go to these classes. You can just like get a paper signed and not even have to go. And the first times I went, of course I thought it was just a stupid cult thing. They're trying to trick you into being religious and da 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 da. Now they're trying to take religion out of AA, which is crazy. Take God out of it anyways. It's so stupid. But I thought it was dumb when I was younger, and I thought they're trying to be manipulative and trying to trick you into believing in shit you didn't want to believe in just to try to pretend that you can get sober, and it's you're just making up one addiction for another. And but you take little tidbits here and there, and you pick up some things. You start to see how people are and act and stuff. And so it wasn't much for me then. It wasn't much for me after my second DUI when I was living with my aunt and uncle and cousin in Dagsboro, and my girlfriend that was in Bethany at the time called me and said she didn't have any weed, and I was like, oh, I'll come over and get high with you, and I said I didn't even really have any. I thought I had more weed than I did, but I had my dugout full, I thought, and I only had like a couple hits in it, but she even said, you came all the way over here for this? And I was like, I didn't know. I was drinking and stuff, and I was just like, oh, cool, she wants to hang out, and blah, blah, blah. So I just took off and left, and I ran 60 miles an hour into a tree. Oh, man, that one hurt. It was like getting kicked in the chest by a mule. It like bent my cervical spine straight. I called the cops on myself, and I just, you do all those classes. The hardest part is just trying to pass the marijuana pass, because they're like, I was in here for fucking drinking, like, why are you testing me for weed? Like, it's so stupid. Like, I need something. It was so dumb. So you have to go without smoking for all that time, which was fine. But it wasn't really till later when I was like, let me try to see what AA is like and if it helps and stuff. And just because when you're alcoholic or an addict or anything, you just like now, like, do I just keep going with it and say fuck it and go with it, or just I really want to stop? Like, what process do you do? How do you want to do it? Like, you can't. Am I doing it for myself, with someone else? It's so much going through your head all the time. And then like, so I tried the AA thing, and I did a good stint of that one time. Went almost 2 years before I said fuck it. I worked with a guy who I met at AA, and ended up brother. But I mean, like my perspective, I wasn't even threatening him. I was trying to explain like how fucking stupid is somebody who goes around threatening other people all the fucking time, especially someone who has the keys to his house. Why would you constantly threaten someone who knows where you sleep and has keys to your house? It was just, I was trying to point out how fucking retarded his brother was. No, I threatened him, blah, 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 give me your keys, or whatever. Fuck, I don't give a shit. You weren't a man of your fucking word anyways. You lied to me the whole fucking time. You're gonna give me $1 raise. Man, I like you. You don't give me no shit, but I'm gonna give you $1 raise. And then you started wondering what was wrong with me. It's because months and months and months went by and I never got that fucking $1 raise. And you think you can just keep talking to me like everything's fucking normal and like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, well, bitch, I'm fucking tired of you fucking lying to me, motherfucker. Bending over fucking backwards doing shit. You fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Like, I don't know how to fucking carry blocks. You're so fucking stupid. All of you are so fucking stupid in the past. You're all fucking jokes to me now. You're all fucking pathetic. You all fucked me and screwed me some way. By pretending to be fucking helping me. You all just fucking continually took advantage of me and manipulated me and ran me over to fucking coals. So fucking pathetic. Fucking, and I was actually starting to get into it and liking it, and start to understand how and why we all think the way we do, and helping each other out, keeping each other sober, and then you got guys dying and stuff, man. And they're trying to help other people, and they get killed by another drunk driver. It's just like the craziest stuff. But so many stories you hear in there, and like it was helpful. I would tell that one story. That fucking shit is hilarious. I'll tell that on stage sometime. But yeah, it works if you work it, as they say. But this last time of me being sober, I'm almost 4 years sober now, and I haven't gone to any AA meetings. I just not interested. You get to a point where if you have enough, I mean, if you really have enough drive and strive and you want to live and survive, I mean, it will get to you eventually. Like, no, I can't do this anymore. I have to, the survival takes over, and it's like, no, I can't let this hinder me and hurt me and the people around me anymore. I have to stop. I don't have a choice. And I think once you finally get to that mindset, it's something different. And I thought I was there before. But now I just keep a reminder in my head, like, as much as I'm like, no, it makes me sick to think about it, no, there's always that chance I could fucking be stupid and slip up again. But I have it in my head that, no, you're not going to get me to drink unless you retire me and my mother. But we thought, it was crazy, we have this crazy mindset as addicts too. Like, some people will think that this story I'm about to tell you is outrageous and crazy. And like, how could anybody ever think to do that behind anyone's back, let alone their wives? But it's like, when an addict hears it, and an alcoholic hears it, they're like, that's fucking genius. There's this old guy I went to his old AA meetings with back in Delaware. I'd see him time to time. I don't remember his name. But he had a wife and had like a little farm kind of deal, and he would hide his beers and stuff like in the garden, like at the end of the rows of whatever vegetables or fruits or whatever. Mostly vegetables, obviously. We don't have any fruits really out there. Some tomatoes, whatever. But so he would actually bury beers at the end of the rows. So when he's out and about and his wife's not looking, he can grab a beer and drink a chunk of beer and get a little, you know what I mean? Like, I was trying to take the edge off constantly. Because, of course, his wife doesn't want him drinking all the time, don't want him to do a lot. So they had to go on this long trip one time to just go visit family or to go whatever, somewhere. They had to go on a trip somewhere. It was a long trip. And she was like, you're not going to drink this whole time. You're just going to be sober and you're going to be with me and you're going to be, it's like, okay, you know what I mean? I won't do it. So what he did before the trip, like I guess the day before, while she was asleep or while he was in the garage and she wasn't paying him no mind. And what's he doing in the car anyway? Oh, I'm just making sure it's good for the road, baby. You know, we got a long trip. We'll make sure it's good for the road. He took out the windshield wiper fluid, emptied the entire container, cleaned it all out. Just got all the chemicals out of it, cleaned all the lines out of it, everything. Ran just clean cold, warm and cold water through it till it was clean, and then filled it up with vodka and orange juice, and ran the lines that would normally spray up onto the windshield. Ran those, let one line or two lines up through the air conditioner vent on the other side of his steering wheel. So anytime he wanted a drink, and his wife wasn't looking, or he'd say, "Hey, what's that over there? Oh, did you see that? Oh, look how beautiful the sky is over there." He would just lean in, hit the button, and drink fucking screwdriver right out of the fucking tank. Fucking windshield wiper fluid. I mean, that shit is genius. But man, yeah, I guess there's all kinds of stories. But what Riz telling, a story, and then somebody be like, "Yo, that's anonymous." You ain't supposed to know that. But I tell anybody, you want to hear some wild stories, go to NA meetings. Just go sit in and listen. You don't have to tell nobody nothing, say nothing to nobody, and just say, yeah, you know what I mean? Or you're just here to learn, you know what I mean? Or I don't know if I have a problem or not. I think I do. I don't want to just want to listen, maybe, you know what I mean? Just make an excuse. You're more than welcome. They're all free. You just walk in and go. But yeah. The next note. As I said, I've said it before, I'm not for everyone. I always say I'm like Little Bear, like in Goldilocks. Not too big, not too small, just right. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. You know what I mean? I'm just right. You know what I mean? I'm just right there, neutral in the middle. I always said I'm like your standard default guy. You know what I mean? Any video game you play, or old wrestling game or whatever, I'm just the fucking default guy with the fucking black trunks, man. Little Bear, buddy. Little Bear. Just because something is legal doesn't mean it don't have the right to say it's wrong, and just doesn't mean I don't have the right. I think that's supposed to be a I, not a it. And that makes sense. Just because something is illegal doesn't mean I don't have the right to say it's wrong and disgusting. I think that's common sense. Everybody fucking knows that. No dad, involuntary incest. Oh yeah. So like I said before, I don't have a dad, like a biological dad. Anyways, like he left my mom while my mom was pregnant with me, and it's just one of the things that just always kind of used to trip me out, like growing up, And I think that was kind of like one of the things that kind of like deterred me from like wanting to like be like somebody who slept around and stuff too, because I didn't know exactly where him and his family lived. I found out, I guess it's across the bridge on the other side of Maryland, but he also has a summer home, over on our side in Swan Keys, real nearby. So I could be out and about, hanging out, or meet somebody, go home with her, and then find out she's my fucking sister. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? Like that's. So I got apparently like 2 or 3 sisters that I've never met and don't know nothing about. I don't know. People are strange, man. I wish I stopped making excuses earlier in my life. I wish, I never, there's all kinds of things you wish. But you have to just learn from it, move on, understand and out your testimony, and try to get other people to understand, like, yes, I understand what you've been through, I understand that process and procedure, it sucks. Here's how I got through it. Maybe I can help you get through it. That's why God made more than one of us. So we have each other to lean on, to remind each other who we're supposed to lean on. God bless you guys. Thank you for your time and your patience with me. It's not always super funny comedy or nothing. It's usually just me ranting and bullshitting and talking. But maybe you'll hear something that you haven't thought about before. Maybe it'll trigger a thought or a feeling or a joke of your own and give you some thoughts and ideas to rip on people. Again, God bless. Take care. Thank you for your time and patience with me.